Hello and welcome back to another night here at the SNHU Esports Arena. My name is Shane, joined here with Connor. Hello.
Hey, I'm back. I haven't casted League in a little bit, but I thought, why not, watch a game if I'm not playing it? It's so
Absolutely.
much
I'm
fun.
glad to be back up here casting League again this week. Here we're going up against Daemen College this week in the ECC. So getting ready to start off with our draft here. I mean, you play for this team.
I do.
Right? You play
Yeah.
for this. You're up here with me right now. He might get yanked aside at some point.
I
But
might, yeah.
but he's here for the time being, and that's all that matters.
Don't worry, we got someone to fill in for me. So
Yeah,
it's not that.
they're not playing with four people right
Yeah.
now, so we're good. But what are we expecting to kind of come out here? Maybe looking at the draft coming from SNHU. Do we have any sort of idea as to what maybe they're going to be looking for in this draft?
So, I'd tell you that, but then I'd have to kill you. Yeah.
I'll close my ears. Don't worry. I can't hear you right now.
I'm gonna wait for what we see, and I'll tell you.
Okay. Well, either way, this is definitely going to be an exciting match coming out here. I mean, Daemen Wildcats currently 5-1 in the league. They are on fire right now. So
Right.
this is going to be kind of interesting to see come out here if they're going to continue to keep this steamroll up, or if SNHU are going to really be able to fight back and make this a lot more of an even match than we like to see here. It's best of three, so it's going to take a while if these
Right.
teams are evenly matched.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like with these kind of matchups, we kind of practice for uh, these kind of weird compositions that work really well into the team that we're going up to. A lot of scouting going on here. But I can tell you that this is definitely going to be a really interesting game.
Absolutely. And something I really like about SNHU's team here is that I feel like you guys are really flexible with your picks based on exactly what the enemy team plays. We see a lot of really specialized picks, a lot of specialized team comps coming
Yeah.
out here to really try and just get the leg up after you done your homework, seeing what they play,
Right.
all
And
that stuff.
I mean, we can't discredit props to our coach Jeff, who really
He does that
puts all this
research, yeah.
effort into the research and the drafting, and he's gotten so good at it. I feel like that's half of our battle here.
He's handing out like worksheets and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
I got
here's
my
your
work-
homework.
I got
Study
my
this.
worksheet
This is
here.
what we're looking for.
Yeah.
All right, here's the playbook. Study this right here.
Yeah.
It's really impressive and very a lot of initiative coming out from the coaches. Here's your homework. Read up on this. Read up on our strategy. Read up on what we're doing here. But as we get started, we're seeing SNHU immediately start to ban out the heck room. First ban.
Yeah, this is targeted towards their jungler. He plays a lot of Hecarim, so very scary champion, especially if he's paired with someone like Yumi or just anyone who enables him. As he kind of scales with speed with his AD, so it gets to be a lot.
If he gets
he's
the
a strong
zoomies,
champion.
it's a little rough. Yeah.
He's a strong champion right now. And Daemon is going to take out the Lux. I don't know if you guys have seen, but
Glorious Killer on the
Glorious
line?
Killer
Of
on the
course
Lux.
we've seen.
You've
Of
seen
course
it.
we've seen.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
I'm not surprised to see that ban. Honestly, some of the teams we've gone against haven't banned the Lux, and I feel like they immediately pay the price for it.
Yeah, and we're gonna come out with the Graves ban here from SNHU, which is kind of it's a little bit of flex ban. Mostly, we're scared of it. A Graves top, right, or a Graves jungle. Graves in general.
Scary.
Kinda
Scary champ.
Yeah,
He's kind of able to just walk all over you if he really gets a lead going on.
especially late game. Yeah, and Daemon is gonna take out Thresh here, targeted towards our support, because Pancake Man known for his Thresh.
Yeah,
He likes the hook champions.
He likes the hook champs. He likes Braum too.
He does like
he likes
Braum.
those hooks and he likes his tanks. I
Yeah.
don't think I've really seen him play too much mages. Maybe I think he picked up Lux once. That was because Glorious Killer picked it as a flex pick. But
Yeah.
that was really the only time I've ever seen him play something that was not so tanky. Coming out with our first pick here, though, SNHU are going to pick up Mordekaiser. Or Rakan. Oh no, they're still hovering.
Hold
They're
on.
still hovering.
They
Okay,
got
we're
some
going to go
time.
with Rakan first pick, actually.
Okay.
Looking at this, I think we've seen Pancake Man play Rakan once or twice. Definitely
Probably, yeah.
not that often though. So this is going to be interesting. Already it's looking at this as the first pick. What does that tell you about Snoo's team composition?
That tells me that for sure they're probably looking for a Zaya here. It's just a really good lane. They could look for an Ezreal, but I don't think that Bornsteller really likes Ezreal as much. Daemon's going to pick out the Volibear. This is, I mean, he's good for kind of stopping people from kind of running into your backline, kind of like Rakan with his charm. Or, I mean, it's going to be hard with his dash, but Volley is also one of those just beefy champions that can also just dish out a lot of damage.
And he's going to be really good when he does actually decide to roam around and be able to, maybe go for some of those more aggressive sort of tower dives or just go in, tank a ton of damage for his
Right,
team.
and he can be a flex too. He could be jungle or top.
Yeah.
So Damon's also going to pick out the Vayne here. Could be their ADC.
Now,
it's going to be a lot of tank shred.
Looking at the Vayne here, I know it's tempting to say this could be the ADC. However,
it could be top too.
Their mid laner's name on Daemon is Solo
Vayne
Vayne.
Yeah.
So that could be what we're seeing. We could see Vayne mid here. Who knows? Snoo, going to pick up second pick Zaya. Pretty much to be expected there. Just a really solid bot lane with a lot of built-in synergy that you wouldn't really get out of any other ADC.
That would definitely be surprising for the Vayne mid. I'd love to see that. That'd be so
yeah,
cool.
I mean the solo Vayne main. Let's see what he's got here.
Ooh, and the Akali coming out from Snoo. Our top laner, 12 CS a minute. Nice name, by the way. Likes to play a little bit of Akali, dabbles in a little bit of Akali, and he's pretty nasty at Akali. So very scary pick here. It could also be a mid lane too. I think
we're gonna see Daemon pick up the Mordekaiser.
Yeah.
And that means that Volibear is probably going in the jungle there. That Mordekaiser, that is a little bit of a comfort pick for Daemon. I'm interested to see. Mordekaiser is in organized play. I feel like he plays a completely different role than he does in solo play. His ultimate just really good at shutting down targets, especially when you're coordinated with your team. But as for actually how effective he'll be outside of his ultimate, it really depends on who he gets put up against in lane. Although I'll say Mordekaiser is not a terrible thing to pick blind into a top lane.
Yeah, if they pick some kind of top laner here, he's basically a stat check champion.
Yeah.
So something like maybe Trundle could be a flex for jungle or top. I know that our jungler, Mr. Reno, likes a lot of Trundle.
We've seen him a lot. We've seen a lot of Trundle.
Yeah. And Volibear is one of his picks too, so Daemon could have been picking that in order to pick it away from him. But our bans are coming out here. They're going to ban the Trundle. They're going to ban the Annie, and the Vigar and Victor. It's kind of seeming like they want the Akali for the mid lane, because I know the champions are pretty good for against Akali, but it could also be a bait. They could run the Akali top lane or mid lane. And in either case, it's hard to say because they could really send all three of those top champions there.
That's true.
Top.
That's true. Although I do think the
With mixed results,
the Mordekaiser might be especially good into the Akali, just
Right.
with that passive as well as all the AoE damage here. Snoo hovering the Vi, looking to go ahead and pick that one up there. I know Vi had a huge stint as just being an amazing jungler coming right after Arcane came out here. But how do we feel about Vi in the current state of the game at the moment?
Vi is kind of niche. She's pretty okay right now, but I feel like her role to fulfill in the team is just heavy engage, kind of just dive comp, which we're kind of looking at right now with the Gallia. That's a dive comp if I've ever seen one. So they could swap top and mid, but I think it's going to be Akali top.
That Rakan, Galio, and Vi really scares me.
Akali just dashes into the backline. Galio comes down. If
Vi ganks the bot lane, Galio's going to be there.
Yeah.
As soon as he pops the quickness, that Galio's flying in right away. It looks like Daemon going to pick up Kale for their final pick here. I think they've got 4 top laners here on their team. Who knows what's happening right now? But looking at this, just kind of preemptively, where do you think this Kale is going here? Because let's say this Vayne is, the Vayne's probably going ADC, most likely, right? So are we looking to maybe see a Kale mid?
Yeah, it could be a kill mid. It's not unheard of. Actually, it had a recent trend in popularity and was pretty good earlier in the season. And it's not bad right now. It's actually pretty good. It's good at enabling people on your team and also just having a really good, magic damage carry in the late game. After she hit 16, she's really a menace to be worried about. But we're definitely going to see that ult coming into play, probably on the Vayne. But there's not a lot of tankiness on SNHU's team right now. It's kind of just dive, get in there.
Galio's it, really.
I mean, Vi is probably going to be a majority of their tankiness too. But at the same time, it's hard to hit a Vi if she's kind of
That's true.
CCing you.
That's true. And looking here at SNHU's composition versus Daemen's coming out here, I feel like SNHU are really looking to lock down some priority targets here. Maybe looking to really just shut down this Vayne before she's able to scale too much.
Right.
But at the same time, you're looking at Daemen's team composition.
It's
They're looking to shut down. They're looking for de-engage.
They're looking for de-engage and definitely kind of any one of these champions, I wouldn't want to 1v1.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like they have a really kind of strong individually cast of champions, but as they get into the later part of the game, they have their other characters that kind of come online, like Kale or
Vayne. Yeah.
So, it's not it's actually kind of a weird comp, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, they're not playing for the mid game right now.
No.
They're looking to secure their late game carries, right? SNHU here looking to, pretty much as soon as, Vi hits level 3, Galio hits level 6, this Vayne's got to watch out. This Kale's got to watch out. They've got targets on their back. They are going to be hunted from that point on, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is something that Daemen really have to worry about here. They have a very defensive team composition here, especially Leona's going to be great at actually shutting down Rakan when he does try to go in.
Yeah.
But still, it is very much. This is the hard rush down versus the just put a wall up and defend until we're scaled up enough.
Yeah, the unstoppable force versus unmovable object here. I think that SNHU has more than they need in the department of CC2, which is definitely what you want in a dive comp, and it's deadly. So I'm excited getting into this game here.
Absolutely, me too. We're going to throw it to a quick break while we wait to get in game. We'll be back in just a minute, though. Stay tuned for this, what's looking to be a great game.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back as we get ready to go into game here. We're loaded in, loaded up. SNHU versus the Daemen Wildcats coming out here. Looking at a very defensive early game right off the bat.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Is it just me, or is the Kale icon a little bit to the right, a little bit off?
It is a little bit. That's
weird.
I think it's because of the length of his name. I think it's
might be right.
messing it up.
Yeah, that might be it, actually. So it doesn't like go towards the center of the screen. Yeah.
Riot.
Right.
Please.
Fix this. Come on.
Please.
Spectator sucks.
It's okay. It's indie company. Don't worry.
You know, they're doing what they can.
They've got hard work out here. Okay, be nice to them. But you know, surprisingly, not seeing any early invades. I think that's something that's very.
It's just a 5 point. Everyone watching their own point, making sure that no one gets in.
Normally, we usually see first blood in like the first 30 seconds of the game coming out, but not today. I will say, it does feel a little bad to see Glorious Killer on the Galio. He's not going to have quite as much kill potential as we usually see him on.
Right. But, I mean, who knows? He could be... He's already half health, the Kale there.
That is true.
He is into a Kale, so it's not a bad matchup for him. He taunts her and she gets what she wants, but still, he has that magic shield.
Looking here in the bot lane, but right now, neither side is really going to have a huge advantage here, but looking at the level 2s, I'm really scared about Daemen's.
Yeah, Daemen's level 2 is definitely really, really scary here, and they're going to get it first. Born Stellar is going to have to back up here.
Yoruichi it's gonna be so easy for him to actually zone out Pain Command Born Stellar. If you look at Pain Command's position, he's trying to intercept the sword from Leona.
Yeah.
Trying to stand in between his ADC and her, which is a very, very nice positioning. Very aware.
I mean, sadly, it goes to the last target. I think it roots everyone in between. But this is definitely the matchup that Akali wants into Mordekaiser. Pushing up a little bit too far maybe here.
Oh, and we've got Volibear coming up. J-Trix coming through. So obviously he's trying to get out of here. Passive
really want
down.
this kill.
Looks like he might be fine. He is slowed here. He's getting close here. We'll be forcing the flash out of him here, but honestly did not take that much damage at all.
Yeah, he didn't have the Q.
Oh,
and Mr. Reno coming in here, getting J-Tix.
J-Tix taking a lot of damage right off that. 12 minute going back in. He is so low in first blood. Will go to Mr. Reno here. Now Clorox is going to be able to pop that shield, bring himself back over half health there, but he is still looking very low, and 12 minute is going to have a really, really easy time trying to poke him down in that lane.
Yeah. I mean, we saw, what Akali could do kind of, but Akali didn't even hit level 4 there, which is kind of the level that she needs to be able to trade in lane. Level 6, she really comes online, really, so definitely well performed from 12 CS a minute in Mr. Reno.
Yeah, that's gonna, get a little bit of a lead to Vi, who, as soon as she starts picking up those early game kills, picks up that first blood, she's gonna become a lot more potent in the rest of the lanes around the map and be able to really influence things a lot more than I think Volibear would be able to.
Yeah, for sure. Volibear kind of, he's good at, I guess, he's good at lane ganks. He's as good as Vi is, but he has to run all the way in there. He doesn't have a just dash.
Right.
Glorious Killer getting kind of close to 6 here. Just hit 5.
As soon as he hits 6 here, this is pretty dangerous for anyone from Daemen who's currently on the map. Mr. Reno is going to be able to play just really aggressively in the enemy jungle, and all the lanes are really just going to be able to go wild kind of with the knowing that Glorious Killer will be there at the drop of a hat. Really.
Right. Man, they're exiting through the Dragon Pit, scared of possibly J-Tix coming down. Yoruichi and J-Tix, you're stunned for at least like 2-3 seconds. So. And
then you're stunned for so long, Verx can get in position and just pin you to the wall, just like that. It's a really rough chain of CC there.
Yeah, and Bane Condemn lasts a really, really long time. So.
That said, though, Bornsteller, he might not be level 6 yet, but when he does hit level 6, it's going to be really hard for that CC to actually lock him down. Zaya's got amazing, self-heal with her ultimate.
Yeah, Zaya is one of those peel ADCs that's, really good at kind of stopping people from getting to her, and if they are on her, just disengaging instantly with their ultimate. And if she hasn't CC'd you before then, if you're near her, you're 100% going to get one CC.
Oh, especially in areas like the jungle. Like if we see Mr. Reno really going hard on the invades and Glorious Killer, he's there with his ultimate and a team fight breaks out there, that ult there from Zaya is going to be so hard to actually dodge in the jungle.
Right, yeah. It's definitely a really good ultimate for a choke point here. I feel like a lot of these characters in general have good choke point ultimates, or pressure in general. Verx is going to be alone here as Yoriichi makes his way back to lane.
JTix hanging around the lane a little bit, won't get spotted out there. Glorious Killer starting to go in, trying to do some damage. Just looking for a trade though. JTix coming through. Glorious Killer is more than safe enough though. All he's done is kind of give away his position here, not even getting any damage out.
If he was a second earlier, that could have been a different story.
Now looking, I'm a little bit surprised to see that Yoriichi, I think when he gets about to level 6 here in lane, he's really going to start to roam a lot because he can make some big moves up in mid lane there.
Yeah.
Just being able to lock down that Galio, stop him from dashing out, anything like that, stop him from just tanking the damage, is going to be awesome.
I think he's going to look to secure his presence here, kind of in the bot lane. I mean, the Vayne and Leona ultimate is more than enough to kill Bornsteller if he doesn't hit 6 first. But he has the solo XP right now needed to do that. So, Yoriichi definitely wants to make sure that Verx is in a good spot here before he goes to other lanes. But he is free to just, I guess, up and leave if he wants to. That Leona roam is not to joke about.
Oh, definitely not. It showing up the same place as JTix. I think especially, when first Dragon Fight pops up, it's really going to be about where JTix and where Yoriichi are that decides that team fight. Because they're really going to be able to lock down a lot of key targets.
Right. Yeah, and it looks like Mr. Reno is going to start the Dragon here at 7 or 8 minutes.
Doesn't look like Daemen have too much invested in actually contesting this here. JTix is very close, but
they have the idea that they're doing it, but they just don't see them at all. I don't think, I mean, they add Vayne ultimate, but also Bornsteller at ultimate.
This killer is a little bit low here, starting to go in. We have the Vi coming through as well. Solo Vayne main is so low, gonna pop their ultimate there. 12 season minute not able to land that final hit. Looks like they will escape with their lives. Glorious Killer also just hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, that was a really hard bait there from Glorious Killer. Just going in on 1 health. I mean, if something was up and I had no vision and someone on 1 health was going in me, that'd be the
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out. That is absolutely bait. No way I'm staying for that. Both ADCs here are level 6. Neither of the supports are, though, so I think just leveling up now. Not quite yet, but getting close to it. You can see something actually break out once that happens, but things are pretty tranquil at the moment. Everyone just farming up. I think looking at a sort of a macro level in this game. The next big thing's Rift Herald. I would not be surprised to see Clorox come down, try and contest that, and see a team fight break out there. Daemen are playing a very defensive team composition, but they have to try and defend against. They have to put themselves in a position to play defense. They have to defend SNHU from getting these objectives.
Right. I feel like SNHU is kind of just waiting for Daemen to kind of make a mistake here. They're kind of missing a little bit of the early pressure here in a 5v5 team fight without Kale really being level 11. I mean, she's level 6. She has her range autos. But they can definitely cash out on some of these early Dragons or Rift Heralds and maybe secure a little bit of a lead to be able to work with here going into the mid game. But definitely, it's a little bit of a standoff right now.
Yeah, I mean, SNHU absolutely know, looking at Daemen's composition, looking at theirs, that as much as their composition wants to really just lock down that key target, that's got to wait until the team fights. Because in a lot of these one-on-ones, Daemon, like you said before the match, you know,
Ooh,
there are no champions on this on Daemon's team here that I would ever want to 1v1.
I think, yeah, 12CS just ulted out there. I think that Akali kind of wins this Mordekaiser Akali matchup, but
it's really hard for Mord to lock her down here. We actually do have Daemon's jungler here over in Riverbush, but so is Mr. Reno. He is recalling, is going to commit to that recall back out, but JTix is right here. I'm not sure if they know he's there or not. I'm not sure if he got spotted out by a ward. They definitely don't have vision, but
they might expect him to be towards Rift Herald here as Mr. Reno's heading up. JTix is going to come out.
he's coming out. We're going to see the ultimate come out there from Born Stellar. Not recalling the feathers yet. Going to pull them back through. A ton of damage going on to Yoruichi. We'll root him down there. But the rest of Daemon are mostly fine. Just a few resources spent there by SNHU. We're seeing Flash come out from Born Stellar, as well as both ultimates from their bot lane. But no deaths, very, very fortunately. Able to get out of that gank without losing too much.
JTix sprinting up the river. However, they have river vision there in mid lane. Maybe suspects Mr. Reno on the Rift Herald, which he is right now.
At the moment, though, 12 CS a minute has lane priority, and Glorious Killer's been doing a great job pushing out his lane as well. It's really risky for any of those laners to actually come up to try and, you know, check Mr. Reno out here. JTix is going to have to kind of walk up there on his own, and Mr. Reno one-on-one with JTix. 1v1 in a Vi isn't too fun.
It's not too fun, especially when she has that armor shred against these tanks. And Mr. Reno is working with a Iceborne Gauntlet right now where JTix has a Bammy Cinder. So
that's our first mythic of the game too. That one there for Mr. Reno. So just goes to show. I mean, he's got a pretty sizable CS lead already. Every other lane is really close. Normally we don't see that. Normally the CS in lanes is never this close. Particularly with Born Stellar and Painting, they usually get a very strong lead early on. But how safe they've been playing, how they haven't really been trying to bully that game. They haven't got too much of a lead here, but Rifto getting summoned in mid. Yoruichi going in. Glorious Killer not taking too much damage. Mr. Reno is about to get blown up, going down to JTix, but so Painting Man coming through. Glorious Killer getting stunned as well, will go down. Pancake Man able to survive here, but Daemon came out of that looking huge, but have a 1v1 coming up here in the top lane. 12 CS a minute trying to fight Clorox here, but Clorox is just sustaining so much. 12 CS is on the brink of death, and he will go down.
He had nowhere to go in that Mordekaiser ultimate. I think I don't know if he used ultimate before, but that's that Yoruichi roam that we were talking about before. Definitely one of the things that, I mean, it was kind of a bait because they were like, oh, the support and mid are here, and it's a Kale mid, so why not fight this? But then JTix was right around the corner. It's kind of deadly. The Rift Herald there, I think, did land a hit on the mid turret and got 3 blading. So
that is nice. And they got some value off that though. But Daemon argued like they came out of this so good. They got 3 kills. They converted that into a dragon, and they were able to take the gold lead there. They were down about like 2K gold right before that team fight. So they just saw a huge increase in funds there. Really, really in great shape coming out now.
Right, and we're going to see the Nashor's Tooth get out on the Kale, which is going to definitely power spike her a little bit as she hits level 11 soon. So, definitely a little bit scary. I think she's going to be able to trade a little bit more with Glorious Killer in the mid lane.
Pancake Man coming up might try and just ward out this jungle, try and stay here in case Glorious Killer does decide to go in. Mr. Reno coming up as well to knock him out, as well as the Everfrost, the ult coming in from the Vi. In solo Vein Main just explodes like that. Pinky Man diving under the tower, taking a lot of damage from this turret shot, is going to have to flash out. We're seeing the TP come in from Daemon as JTix running through as well. Glorious Killer pulling them off to the side, knocking them up. Airborne, we're seeing Pancake Man fly in to pop them up, and now Clorox coming in to trying to do some team-wide damage here. JTix is going to go down to Glorious Killer. They're starting to follow up, trying to get Yoruichi. Mr. Reno will find that kill. As he has been tanking this tower for his team. Going in, trying to get the kill, gets Clorox, takes him out. SNHU are able to get this mid turret here. Verx is off to the side, not going to be in a great position here to actually avenge any of his team, and SNHU just reclaimed that gold lead that they had right before that last team fight.
Yeah, that was a really nice team fight there from SNHU. They saw that Bornsteller was coming up from the bot lane, and Verx was nowhere to be seen and fight this 5v4. The teleport came out from Clorox, but it wasn't enough to match the damage from 12 CS a minute and Bornsteller being there. Verx came into the fight a little bit late with his ultimate, but wasn't really there to make that much of an impact, so very well played from SNHU.
Yeah, and as we get reset here, look at how much gold people have. Mr. Reno is sitting on a ton of money at the moment, and so is Bornsteller getting picking up a kill there, getting a lot of or picking up 2 assists as well, picking up a lot of money to really work with here. SNHU are gonna likely hit quite a few power spikes here, and I think Verx might find it a little bit hard to try and actually farm in this lane now.
Yeah, I think Bornsteller was looking at his Gale Force before that fight started as he engaged with the 12 CS a minute, getting engaged by JTix here.
Got a teleporter coming in, though. Staying hidden in this smoke. Glorious Killer going to be popping up behind, trying to fight Clorox, haunting him out as continues.
He's going to be in the death realm, though, forcing the zombies.
JTix popping rope right in front of Glorious Killer. Glorious Killer will be forced to flash up, and Mr. Arena starting to go in. Will pop the ult on Clorox there. We're going to see Galio hopping back in, a huge knock up there as Mr. Reno finds a kill on Clorox. JTix looks like he will escape with his life. Mr. Reno not going to die for that, not going to give up any more of this lead. Just play safe, get out with what we have. Don't give up this bounty.
Right. I don't think they have quite enough health there to push the tower.
Looking here at this replay, you can just see Mr. Reno coming in is huge and allows Glorious Killer to just slam right back down, pop up Clorox there, allowing Mr. Reno to pick up that kill. JTix, unfortunately not going down, but really great awareness there from Glorious Killer, saying, I will go back in. Mr. Reno's here, I'm just going to pop in on him.
That's the power of the Galio ultimate on all of these champions they're running is good on any of them. So definitely Mr. Reno enabling Glorious Killer to get a 2-man ultimate right there.
Now SNHU are really in a great position across the board. They've got they've taken mid turret. They've got a sizable gold lead. They've got an advantage, or they've got a objective advantage coming out here. And as we're getting ready for Dragon to come back up in 30 seconds. SNHU are probably going to be looking to try and get this before Daemen really have the opportunity to fight back, considering they have the item advantage at the moment.
They definitely do, and it's scary watching JTix and Yoruichi walk around the river here with Solo Vayne main so close. They're just huge enablers here for Solo Vayne main to get as much damage off before he has to ultimate.
Teleporter coming in, 12 seconds, just trying to zone off Verx. Mr. Reno is under vision there. There's a lot of vision here from EAE.
Yeah, he's teleporting here for the dragon, and they're going to be able to secure this. They don't look like they want to fight anything here.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and give this one up here.
They did have teleport advantage. Clorox's teleport isn't quite up yet. It's about up like right now. He did manage to get a wave crashed in on the top wave. 12 CS a minute is going to miss that, but it's not going to hurt him that much. He is only like 12 CS down.
Well, we'll probably find the rest of that in just a minute.
Yeah.
So probably not too much of a concerning situation for him, especially enabling his team to get Dragon down there. Definitely can't feel too bad about that. And SNHU also looking to try and pick up the second Rift Herald here. This could be really huge. Getting both Rift Heralds is so important, and is going to allow them to probably take a second turret coming out here. JTix showing up just in time for this arena to land that final hit and take it down.
I really like that one.
Like
find it in just a minute.
Just wait 1 minute. You'll be good.
Yeah, they got a little bit of an advantage here in numbers here in the bot lane. Might be able to push it, but Bornsteller is going to be able to play safe, be a little bit pushed under his tower here. Pancake Man taking the teleporter out to safety. They spotted him there.
He was under vision.
Yeah.
You see 3 people converging on him there. He was lucky that Hextech gate was there. Looks like we have a little bit of a grouping up going on here. A lot of people. Ooh,
Celsius a minute fighting Clorox in the top lane here.
Just might be going for a little bit of a trade there. Definitely, you know, at the moment, 12CS really has to worry about his tower. He can't allow Clorox to just continue to push down this lane. He has to stay up there and try and contest them because they are about to lose top tower. And if they lose top tower, that's really going to enable Clorox to just split push super hard.
Yeah, he's definitely got a little bit of a split push here as Mordecai's here. He's got the armor or magic pen against turrets with his E, but kind of like Darius. However, I feel like he is going to open up the map a lot, or not a lot, but I mean enough for him to be able to get in and out. Definitely take someone into the death realm if they do want to contest a split here. Rift Herald coming out here from Mr. Reno in the bot lane, going to be able to take this turret.
Yeah, he's going to be able to pick that up right away. We did see there were quite a few people from BAE down at the bottom of the map. Definitely going to try and contest this Rift Herald now, but it looks like they're not going to be able to stop him from getting a second charge here on this tier 2 turret. It will fall down right after, but that is a lot of damage to their turrets to you know, feel too good about. I think they're definitely a little bit upset about getting or losing both of those Rift Heralds coming out there.
Right, and the purpose of these outer turrets here is kind of just to control space, make sure that your jungle is a little bit safer than it would be without them. But they're not really worth that much unless there's an objective bounty on them. I think they're worth like 50 apiece for every person on the team, the global gold. So that's what our coach always tells us. Like, thanks for your help, right?
Yeah.
But I think that the damage on that inner turret there is gonna go a long ways here. 12 CS a minute deep in the jungle here, getting some deep wards, trying to push up their ward line a little bit here maybe.
Being able to track JTix here and those Hextech gates making it so easy. Just do some deep reconnaissance, get in there and just fly right back out.
Right, I think they have global vision of that though. I say Pink missing. Pancake Man getting a little bit feisty here.
We're going to see Glorious Killer coming in to cut him off here. He's going to taunt both of them there. They're going in on solo Daemen, trying to shut down this kill. But Pinky Man taking a ton of damage. Is going to have to flash out of there. And now SNHU, they're looking to run back. 12 CS a minute, teleporting in. We'll see the Galio will come out. Going to get 3-man knock up there. Now going in. That's a lot of team-wide damage going out there. Shredding them here, finding a kill. 3 quick kills from SNHU. Looking to finish things up here. JTix, last one alive. He will go down. That's going to be an ace for SNHU. Pancake Man, the only casualty there. They're going to be able to get this turret here, probably push up to the inhibitor turret, take that too. That is a huge gain there. And looking at this replay, just being 12 seconds a minute allowed his team to just go right back in there. There's so much damage happening at the exact same time there.
That's the volatility of a dive comp there, is you just have so many different ways in. And I feel like they disengaged like at least like 7 times during that fight, but they had so much AOE, CC, and damage there. Just so much burst coming out in a quick split second there. Took out their team, and now they're going to be able to get their free dragon, put that into their pockets, and reset. They got a lot of gold on Daemen right now.
We're you know, I think this might be a little bit of, you know, kind of an issue with their team composition. Actually, hold on just a second here. Pancake Man about to run into the entire team running out here. They're rolling right up onto Baron here. Yeah, just going straight for it.
I think they thought they reset there, as I mean I would, but they definitely didn't, which is going to enable them to contest this Baron.
Going in, that's a huge knockup coming out from Pancake Man. They're taking damage across the board. Glorious Killer finding a kill. JTix, Yoriichi both go down. 4 quick kills in a row. Seeing 12 seasons pick up a triple kill there. Solo Daemen is going to back off recall. SNHU will find themselves taking this Baron here. That was a very, very risky play coming out of Daemen there, and especially Pancake Man spotting them out like that.
SNHU making the choice not to back there probably just secured them the game. They went for the dragon, and Daemen they thought they reset there, but they didn't, and that was the call that made them able to contest that Baron. You know, securing the this outer turret here is going to be hard for them to make it back from here.
Daemen, playing this very heavy de-engage composition, playing this very defensive composition, I feel like their positioning matters so much. And the moment, one of them falls out of lockstep like that, entire team explodes.
And that was 5 people out of position there.
Like this Volibear, this Leona, this Kale, this Mordekaiser, they're all trying to stop you from getting in.
Right.
But if they can't, they just die. And that's
how are you supposed to be in position against 12 CS a minute? Kali, he teleported in from the backline there, I think. And
his teleports have been amazing so far. And now, coming out, SNHU just getting so much value out of this Baron buff, taking that top turret, continuing to just get these lanes pushed down, just getting so much vision in Daemon's jungle here. It's a little bit scary here. We're going to see Verx get caught out there. That is huge. The ultimate coming out will find that kill secured. Glorious Killer flying in as well.
Letting them just get out there for free, push up this lane in the bot lane.
SNHU are sitting at an 11k gold lead right now. And if you're sitting here at this, the last thing you want to see if you're Daemon is your ADC getting picked off.
Yeah.
That is the worst possible thing that could happen right now because they really need to be farming right now.
I mean, it's always hard to tell. I think Verx thought that he could just back there, like, right before the last second because, like, the last tick of the back, it takes CC, but that's what Mr. Reno had, making that pick there.
See this inhibitor turret go down as Daemon starts to get pushed from both lanes here. Inhibitor getting taken out, and they really can't contest it here. This is kind of, you can spot the sort of death knell of Daemon coming out here. SNHU are just kind of free to walk up, take turrets, take inhibitors, and Daemon just kind of have to
They have
sit
so
back
much
and
space to rotate up the Clorox here. He's done for.
It is absolutely over for him here. This turret about to go down too, but it doesn't even matter. He's taking so much damage. He will go into the death realm trying to duel out Pancake Man here, trying to just get back to his team. Looks like he might actually be able to live here, but Yoruichi definitely will not, getting yanked in there. 12 CS a minute, finding that kill. Solo Daemen now also in a bad position here. Will get taunted, top team vulnerability, but Clorox going down. It's a huge damage there coming out. JTix going down. Bornstellar just blowing them up. Finds a double kill, finds this inhibitor, and I think this is the game.
I don't know if you saw that there, but Pancake Man looked like a pinball, like bouncing around from every enemy, charming them there. That was, I think, a team-wide charm there.
Incredible use of CC here. I mean, we're talking about SNHU's chain CC coming out, and that's exactly what's been winning them the game so far.
Yeah.
It has been just really great play around their composition, really confident play around everything. They know exactly, how far they can push forward. So, just again, a super great match there from SNHU. Daemon doing a really great job, or Daemon just unfortunately not able to really wall out SNHU like they hoped to.
Right.
And SNHU just finding that early lead there, able to run with it completely. Just a runaway game.
Yeah, for sure. That dive comp hit really hard. And I don't think they expected it at all, really. It's not in any of our, it's not really in our OP. You couldn't have scouted for it because we haven't played it before. But
I mean, that's definitely another thing where it's like, that could have been a match that was almost decided in Champ Select. Those bans that SNHU came out with were super on target.
Right.
And a lot of the players, a lot of Daemon's players here were playing, champs that are not champs. They really play that often. Very, very deep in their playbook here, having to try and find a composition after, SNHU bans those key members, made it really hard for Daemon to form a really cohesive composition there. And I think that's ultimately what ended up giving the game over to SNHU, is just how far they were able to run and how comfortable, how much they knew exactly how they could push.
Right, and I feel like SNHU is definitely feeling themselves after this. This is not a team to laugh at. Like, they're 5-1 in the league right now. Very well played there from SNHU, and they just took it and ran with it there in that game.
I mean, looking at the first 10, 15 minutes of that match, it was not like a 3-21 game.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that was, it was not looking anything like that. It looked pretty close. It looked like, Daemon found some really good team fights as well. They found some really good picks early on. It looked like they were in great shape. But unfortunately, once SNHU came online, they just ran, they exploded Daemon there in those team fights, and they just weren't able to keep up with that. Hopefully, we see a little bit of tweaking on the team composition coming out here for this next game. We're gonna take a quick break before we hop over to that, so we'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay tuned for Game 2. Hello and welcome back as we get ready to go into game 2. My name is Shane. I'm joined here with Connor. Hello.
I'm
That
back.
was a fantastic last match we saw come out there from SNHU.
Thank you.
You did a great
Yeah.
job. I like to think we give them moral support here. Like we're on a 3-minute delay, but like I have to imagine that out of their peripheral vision, they can see us going like yes, yes.
I hope so.
I
I mean, I'm on their team, so
And they know
I'm
that
a little bit biased, but also I'm
that's
the moral
okay.
support.
That's okay. But starting off here, we've already got our first bans coming out from both sides. These are pretty similar to what we saw last time, but we're going to see Daemen go ahead and ban the Akali, too.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I mean, that pick's deadly on 12 CS a minute. So, the same band's coming out here from SNHU, and they're gonna take out the Zeri too. Bornseller is, crazy on the Zeri.
He's
So
crazy on everything.
He's crazy
kinda,
on
yeah,
all the
but-
champions,
But
but he likes the Zeri.
his Zeri is pretty good.
Yeah.
So that is definitely not. I mean, it's a little surprising that they banned the Zeri this time and not last time, considering they didn't play him. But we're gonna see Daemen actually pick up Kaisa right away.
Okay. I don't know if they will do this, but this could be a flex pick. We've been seeing it a little bit. I think it's in LCK in the mid lane.
Okay.
And that's AP Kaisa. So she has a little bit of flexibility here, going to the mid lane, going to the bot lane, AP or AD in both. Probably AP in the mid lane. But first pick coming out here from SNHU is going to be Rel.
Okay. I like seeing Rel get played a lot. Rel has such fun engages. And she's really powerful in organized play, so it's a lot of fun to see that. But I see Mr. Killer hovering the Annie, but it looks like we might actually see him switch over to the Xerath here. This is really he's picky. He's like just looking through his like menagerie. Of his champ pool. He's like, maybe I'll play Annie today. No, I'm thinking. I think I'll go ahead and pick Misfortune
This is
here
a
for
throwback.
Bornsteller.
This
Or
is
maybe just is MF mid?
This is a throwback. I remember we used to always cast this, the Rel and the Misfortune.
Yeah.
Last semester, that's all we saw was the Rel Misfortune. Still really strong.
I mean, Rel gets in there with the knockup, MF's level 6, just it's over,
Yeah.
right? They're locked down for so long.
Yeah, and that's enough time for Misfortune to get like every single wave
Yeah.
of her ultimate out, and that's more than enough to kill you.
Gonna see the Braum come out to counterpick that MF. That could be a little bit rough, actually. Rel goes in. Braum's just going to be able to block that wave if she does shoot it out. Could do a lot to really neutralize SNHU's bot lane early, because that's kind of the big wombo combo they're looking for, but it's absolutely not what they need to win bot lane here. MF is a huge lane bully even without her ultimate.
Right.
She's really able to secure a lot of space, and Rel is just going to help her do that even more. We're going to see Daemen pick up Nocturne. I saw you make a weird look on your face from that Nocturne pick.
Yeah.
You're like, ugh.
What is that?
Get that out of here.
But yeah, definitely scary. They have a lot of they don't have to play this one front to back with Kaisa and Nocturne. They could definitely dive on the bot lane, not bot lane, sorry, back line, like Misfortune really easily when she's stationary like that. Kaisa W is not hard to hit on a stationary target, and Nocturne is going to be able to do that. But Shyvana's coming out.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I like it, honestly.
The Shyvana pick is cool. It's cool because we never see it.
Yeah.
Is this an up and coming thing?
There's a tank build right now that involves the demonic embrace for Shyvana that kind of makes her still one shot your team late game.
Yeah.
And she's unkillable, but yeah, it's definitely a scary pick here. Gonna ban the. No, they hovered it.
They saw
and
the
they
hover
were
in there.
we forgot.
There's the war flashbacks.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, it's a good thing they picked MF.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that did not get through. And I'd say for Daemen that is a good thing.
That is a
because
good thing.
Glorious Killer, you put him on the Annie. It's kind of gross. It's kind of gross.
It's kind of gross. They're going to take the Annie and the Vex from him. He's still got his other arsenal of poke champions if he wants them. But maybe we could see if they want to. They can't play the Akali top lane. Actually, I was going to say if they want to play like an 80 mid, I'm sure he could if he wants to.
We're seeing both the set and the Shen both targeted towards top lane there, looking to take out any picks there. I do like both of those because those are going to really, both of those provide a lot of value to team fights, and Shen's going to give a lot of presence early on, which is really good for a dive composition.
Yeah.
Just to like, oh, Kai'Sa's going in, you have a huge shield, and I'll be there in 3 seconds.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. And wow, they're just. I
Okay.
mean, this looks like a scary comp to kind of just get in there if they want to. Oops, is that me shaking it? No. Okay, I thought I was shaking the camera there.
Shaking
but
the, yeah,
good.
they're sending my waves through the ground all the way over there.
Yeah. The Gnar pick coming out here from SNHU is definitely gonna be in the top lane, but that's a scary pick here for kind of another dive comp. It's gonna be who can get to the backline better.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to probably send someone to peel the Nocturne from the Misfortune, but they also got the Ornn, which is kind of it's hard to explain. Like it's like good at diving, but it's also really good at disengaging.
Yeah.
So that whole Ornn ultimate comes through your team. They're all brittle, and if he doesn't land the knockup at least,
I
and if he does, that's just
I really like the Ornn pick into Gnar.
Yeah.
Because the how you deal with Ornn, you just poke him out. You just harass him, make him go away.
Yeah.
That kind of just beat him up. But Gnar is very safe. Not going to be able to really do that. And in Mega Gnar, he's not going to get too much out of actually jumping in on him.
Right, and Gnar is gonna probably have to be forced to jump away if he gets hit by a pillar because Ornn is gonna slow him, and that's the last thing Gnar wants. He's a ranged top laner, natural, like innately, but he goes into melee mode if he stacks his passive. But he does not want you right on top of him in lane, and that's what Ornn can do with his QE combo. So the Ahri pick coming out here from SNHU, we have we seen Born Stellar play on stream before?
Born Stellar play.
Sorry, Glorious Killer. I'm so sorry.
Play Ahri? I don't
Yeah.
think so. I don't think we've seen him play Ahri. It'll be interesting. It's definitely going to be able to control a lot of space with Ahri.
It's something with the bees. I'm like I'm having flashback like Forbidden One. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. With Ornn, though, I mean, not to mention also just that's a decent pick into Gnar. He's not going to really struggle too much in lane. He's also just going to give Kai'Sa, Nocturne, Fizz all more stats.
Right.
And that's going to be huge. Kai'Sa and Nocturne jump on you. They both have upgraded items from Ornn. You die.
Yeah.
You explode.
If Nocturne's gonna go the Stride Breaker build, it's gonna be a little bit better for Kai'Sa here. Kai'Sa could just go the AP build. Doesn't really need to jump in on you in the backline. Could just be more poke in general, which I mean is good for any team really. But SNHU definitely has another one of these dive comps going on this game. So.
And I do like here that these compositions are not nearly as polarizing as we saw last time.
Right.
This is not a dive composition up against a defensive composition. This is, two decently divey compositions. Daemen's looking for a little bit more pick potential in their picks, whereas SNHU are just looking to really, dive the backline in fights with a lot of what they have. Both the Shyvana and the Gnar are just going to be able to get in there and tear up the backline.
Yeah. In Gnar, along with the Rel ultimate, I feel like if Rel can kind of clump up a lot of people together near a wall, Gnar can just go to town there.
Absolutely.
And a Shyvana fireball on top of that, you're not looking too hot after
Throw
that.
an REQ through there just for good measure.
Yeah.
A bullet time too.
That's pretty big wombo.
When you see a Misfortune ADC, you're looking for the wombo, right? That's her gimmick.
That's
right?
her thing.
Looking at DA8, so it's not Kai'Sa mid like we might have thought it might have been.
Yeah.
Looking at Kai'Sa as ADC, I know she's been struggling a little bit lately. Do you have any ideas or any insight as to maybe why that is happening? Why maybe they're going for the Kai'Sa pick this time?
In the ADC position, why she would be struggling?
Yeah.
Is because I actually played with it today recently, where I saw just what could be impactful to your team composition is her main build here is the AP build,
Mm-hmm.
and if you already have a lot of AP on your team, it really sets your team up for failure, because it just takes one tank on the enemy team to be able to just shut down the poke that Kaiser's able to bring to the table, and you have that tank that's also basically invulnerable to the rest of your team. Now, like AP stacking's not as bad as AD stacking because there's a lot more magic pen items in the game now and max health magic damage, but it's still definitely not something you just want to draft like right out of the gate. You don't want to go into the game with that just immediate disadvantage almost. But yeah,
Yeah, seeing the Kaisa first pick, honestly, I was a little bit scared. Whenever I see an ADC first pick,
yeah,
I'm like, whoa, okay, like right out of the gate like that.
yeah.
But I think they've built their team composition around it in an interesting way. I think it'll be really interesting to see how it works out for them here. We're gonna throw it to a quick break while we wait to get in. Game will be back in just a minute. Stay tuned for game 2. Hello and welcome back as we get started off here with game 2 right out of the gates. Definitely a more interesting game setup here than our first one here. A very interesting team compositions from both sides. Seeing a lot of really underrepresented champs coming out right away. And I feel like last time, the really polarizing team compositions made it a little bit it made the game very volatile here, but these are very well-balanced compositions going up against each other.
Yeah, we're going to see a 5-point here coming out from both teams here. Stacking or invading going on here. Getting a little bit of vision here in the pixel brush.
Playing it safe seems to really be the name of the game here, and SNHU have done a lot of very early invades. We've seen a lot of early invades happen here on stream, but it just a lot of respect coming out here. And just not going for that invade very early on, not really going for that, that deep jungle ward.
Right. Yeah, and that pixel brush is kind of just gonna secure. They don't walk around. Maybe get vision of your red or have vision that you just don't know in general. If anyone walks past that, they know that they've been past the river there. So looks like they're gonna get vision there. I think it was. Oh, they're just gonna get a ward right where the blast cone is there, on the blue side jungle.
This mid lane matchup is interesting to see here. The Ashe versus Fizz. First, we never see Fizz here. First off, but I think that Fizz really has a lot of outplay potential in this matchup here. A lot of this is really going to come down to how Glorious Killer uses the charm. Once Killer hits level 6. It'll be a little bit easier for them to actually kind of play or outpace Fizz in these fights, but it's definitely interesting here early on.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those skill matchups kind of here. Celsius a minute. Taking a little bit of trades here with Clorox. Not going to be able to have the tools to kind of shut down Gnar here with level 1. I like to think of Orin kind of as a caster tank. Once he hits like level 5 here, he really comes online. But level 3, he definitely gets his full combo. So.
Yeah, I mean, right now or at the moment, Gnar is he's gonna be able to poke down Clorox and such. But honestly, it's a wet noodle fight up there at the moment. Clorox when he hits level 3 could try and go for something, but again, with how safe Gnar is. We're looking at a very non-committal top lane, very safe.
Right.
Not too much probably going to happen up there very early on, but once those teleports start to come online, once those roams come out, we're going to see a lot of a lot of big plays come out from those two in particular here. Glorious Killer doing a really good job of just poking down the solo Vayne here. This is this is kind of the range versus melee matchup in a nutshell. I think it's maybe one of the worst ones very early on here.
Yeah, and he's making sure to kind of push out this wave here so that solo Vayne main doesn't really get the chance to back here. Maybe forced to take a little bit more damage or spend more mana farming under tower, possibly losing some.
You're actually seeing JTix hanging out around the bot side here. I'm not sure if he actually got spotted out by any wards or anything like that. He is backing right there, just out of vision from SNHU.
Solo Vayne main is on the sliver of health.
Yeah, that Ari poke early on is so frustrating to deal with if you just don't have the range to really deal with here. And Glorious Killer is pretty low on mana, but honestly after he pushes this wave out, he's probably pretty good to try and back and pick up some items.
Yeah, it's like JTix wasn't really looking for maybe just a little bit of vision there. Ended up backing, going towards his blue side. 12 CS a minute is pretty pushed up right now. If Clorox is able to get his jump there with a combo, his combo comes back up before Gnar's jump does. Be able to probably buy a tier here. Yep, another tier. I might be a top lane.
You might be a top lane player. How did you know that?
How did I know he was
How
going to buy
did you
tier?
know that? It is very nice that Orange really just doesn't have to leave lane here. Especially in a lane like this where he can kind of just sit back and farm, whereas Celsius is going to obviously have to back. It's kind of like a free teleport advantage in lane.
Right, yeah. Thing is, well, that's right, but I feel like Gnar is taking a lot of damage, first of all. But his he doesn't really look for the teleport before 14 minutes because he can't really do anything without Mega, and he needs the instant Mega to be there. Mr. Reno looking at an early dragon here doesn't really have a lot of vision, but neither do they.
He's going to be able to get out of there, getting away with that robbery coming out. JTIC's very close, but just, again, no vision. That's what Shyvana's capable of. Those very early dragons are exactly what she specializes in.
That's her passive, and if you don't have dragons, she just doesn't have a passive. I always joke about that. Ooh.
This could be a very nice knock up there. Going to find first blood going over to Clorox. Let's see us a minute. Just caught a little bit out of position there, a little too far forward. Clorox going to claim that little bit of an extra gold lead for his team, but still very close. SNHU already starting to take the lead back here.
Yeah, Glorious Killer still being able to poke out solo Vayne main here in the mid lane. However, he has hit 6 now. It is his choice if he wants to try to go for an ultimate here, but Glorious Killer definitely, I mean, he is definitely able to dodge it with his ultimate. So.
The only thing that's a little bit concerning is when JTIC hits level 6, then maybe Glorious Killer is, you know, you really can't afford to play that far forward coming out. We're actually going to see the ultimate come out. Yeah, those minions are going to soak it up there. An unfortunate use of ultimate, but still was able to push solo Vayne back a little bit here. Glorious Killer obviously is trying to play, you know, very aggressive in this lane and really try and zone out solo Vayne here. But now, you know, a little bit low on mana, lost his charm there. We're going to see solo Vayne go in, try and take that trade. That's exactly when he needs to try and go in, is once that charm goes down, you start to go in. You try and pressure, you try and make that Ahri pay for all that chip damage she's been doing from all the poking and things like that.
Right, that's what you're keeping track of here in this lane is the charm. As I said, I think Orange just innately wins this matchup. His combo comes up before Gnar's jump comes back up. Ooh, Nocturnal coming out.
Reno is very close here. JTIC actually will find that kill on Glorious Killer here, but Clorox going and taking so much damage from that Shyvana. Celsius a minute going to pick up that kill. That was a just huge burst of damage to take out someone like Ornn.
Mr. Reno canceling. Look at this. He starts to dash and it instantly gets canceled by the knockback from Shyvana ultimate. Watch this.
That was so perfect. Just shutting him down there. A really great gank coming out there. And now it looks like SNHU are going to be able to convert that into a solid early Rift Herald pick. Yeah, that's what you gotta worry about with junglers like this, like Shyvana, like Olaf, just destroying these objectives before you even have the chance to really, you know, come online quite yet.
Yeah, Shyvana's really good at just kind of, you know, taking a blowtorch and just burning down the jungle. She clears jungle, so like Mr. Reno's gonna take these raptors and be able to back in just 1 second to spare probably from what he was backing before.
And looking at, you know, kind of overall here, still very close in terms of gold. Mr. Reno does have a slight gold advantage over JTIC here, and I feel like when you go up against these objective junglers here, you know, Nocturne was able to find a kill earlier on. JTIC's able to find a kill on Glorious Killer there in the mid lane. But those objective junglers really put a fire under you and force you to really have to make plays early on just so they don't outpace you by you know, just farming the jungle, by just doing PvE, essentially.
Yeah, both ultimates being forced out there by solo Vayne main out of the mid lane.
See that charm get missed, and now we're going to see main start to go in. It's going to be a lot of damage. Glorious Killer just getting exploded. We're just going to get slowed and run down as main takes that one-on-one. Very nice choice to engage there.
Yeah, that charm is so vital for him.
JTIC's going in. That's a lot of damage going out immediately onto Bornsteller. They're focusing him down, just ignoring Pancake Man here. Verx is going to get slowed. Bornsteller on a sliver of health here, but Mr. Reno starting to come in, is going to launch himself onto Verx here. Going to start to back up here as he starts to take damage. Solo Daemen coming to cut off the line of retreat here. Reno just going to have to flash over there as Daemen goes in. He's taking so much damage. That electrocute almost taking him down, but he will stay alive. And SNHU will continue to hold on to this gold lead there. Daemen almost finding a pick several times there in that little skirmish, but SNHU fortunately getting out with their lives.
Yeah, SNHU, yeah, just barely making it out there. They were forced to use, I think, 2 summoners.
Well, it's just doing a lot of damage there in this trade as Mega Gnar getting just a lot of poke damage in on Clorox. Doing a little bit of rust fire now, but that Ram coming through could knock him out. They're going to see the flash come out there and now just continuing to harass him. Won't be able to follow up and kill him. You know, Mini Gnar not really having that much kill potential there, but while that's happening, we're going to see Mr. Reno secure that second dragon bot side. We're only 10 minutes in. That was incredibly fast. You know, first dragon and second dragon. SNHU, you know, already getting off to a running start in objectives.
Right. Forcing that flash out of Gnar, I feel like isn't really isn't gonna be that bad.
He just has his little hop. You know, he's fine. He doesn't.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a flash on its own, and he can go, you know, pretty far with it. So not a ton of value actually wasted there, but going in here, that will be the first turret coming down there in the mid lane. Daemen not going to be able to defend against that. Jake's taking a lot of damage from that electrocute, and getting that second charge out is huge. A lot of turret damage coming out on that Rift Herald for SNHU.
All of those waves crashing early that Glorious Killer pushed in are really paying off there for the first turret gold.
Absolutely. He has got a huge CS lead at the moment. And, you know, absolutely would not be surprised if he backs soon and picks up. You know, he was able to buy Power Spike a little bit with all this gold that he has.
So he could be building into Ludens possibly, which is what you normally or could see on Ari. He's going to buy Everfrost and keep the Blasting Wand.
I think he's just looking there to try and stop Daemen from really being able to you know, try and juke him. Not going to let him go into his E while he's like rooted, which could be, you know, really good there. Also help him land those charms that he's having a little bit of issue actually securing there.
Right, I saw the Blasting Wand in Lost Chapter and I was like, Ludens? Because I know that the Everfrost on Ari is pretty good.
Now Glorious Killer here. I don't think he has vision there, but just going for a lucky guess. Daemen, fortunately, just an inch, about you know 0.5 Teemos to the left, is not gonna get hit by that.
He did not flinch at all.
He was like, oh, jeez. He had his hands off the keyboard. He was like, oh, man, that didn't hit me.
He might have had his camera some other place.
Does he even know that happened? Do you think he knows? Do you think he was watching bot lane or something?
He'll definitely know if he watches the VOD. Glorious Killer might be looking for a roam down here. They got deep wards on both sides of the bot lane here. 14 minutes approaching, 12 CS a minute, and Clorox fighting it out here in the top lane.
There's been a lot more fighting up here than I really expected. A lot more just duking it out back and forth here. And Clorox will actually take a lot of damage on these trades while 12 CS is in Mega Gnar. They're narrowly avoiding that, but you know, Mr. Reno is right here. If he steps a little too forward, he seems to be, you know, very respectful of where his positioning at the moment. Mr. Reno, obviously, you know, we've seen how much damage he does when he's able to jump on someone. He could absolutely just explode him. We see that Nocturne ult, and that looks like he is actually going up top here. A big gank onto 12 CS a minute, gonna find that very, very nice pick off there. JTix has been, he's two for two with his ultimate so far.
Looks like he will be going that Strikebreaker build, opting for a little bit more tankiness and kind of slowing, controlling people into that fear and maybe guaranteeing a better chance of a kill. I feel like the Strikebreaker is just, Glorious Killer charming.
Oh, nice charm! The Everfrost as well is just going to be the end of Clorox there. JTix is right now trying to take Rift Herald, but he's going to back off as soon as Clorox dies. Mr. Reno coming up as well. It would make that a very risky one-on-one here, but Reno's up here. Wait, where's Rift Herald? Oh, there she is. I don't. No,
Just
she ran
pinging
that
it.
far out of the pit. She followed him up into the jungle there.
Yeah, she goes pretty far out. I saw the things on the map.
Rest of the team coming up here to help out this Rift Herald take. But it doesn't look like Daemen have any sort of interest in actually contesting this. Mostly getting set up for Dragon right now, getting some wards down around that place. It is up in 30 seconds here. Reno not going to pick up the eye there, hopefully coming back to get it in time. Actually, I think he did pick it up.
Yeah, he
Okay.
got it. He got it.
But it could be a gank up here in the top lane here. Starting to come out. Rift Herald being summoned here. We'll find that charge go through this turret. Might actually go down.
Yeah, it's gonna go down.
Aurochs here is on the run. Both Glorious Killer and Mr. Reno not gonna choose to follow. Not worth chasing him down. Especially not while he's so close to his ultimate either. Might as well escort this Rift Herald and just get another charge out on this tier 2 tower. But will Daemen actually allow this? It looks like that charge will go off. The ultimate from Fizz getting wasted here, but it looks like Daemen are, meanwhile, taking the dragon here. Pinky Man starting to go into bullet time as well. Bornsteller will be able to find a pick on JTix there. That is huge. Yoriichi going down, a double kill for Bornsteller. Verks trying to take out Bornsteller, but not going to do it fast enough. Bornsteller finds the triple, taking down Verks there. A huge, SNHU might have not gotten that dragon, but that's a huge win there for SNHU, despite that.
Yeah, that is definitely a huge win there. We can see just the tactics there that they were trying to pull off there. Verks and JTix just instantly in on the immobile Fortune.
Killer here. Caught out a little bit. He is gonna use his ultimate there to get away from that. A little bit of a scary moment there, but let's see how the minute is here. Gonna be able to harass Daemen here in the jungle. He's not gonna he's gonna make sure it doesn't take too much damage though, but yes, SNHU are in really great shape right now. Also pushing down this bot turret. This is gonna be a really solid push here with Mr. Reno helping this out. And at the moment, really only Verks is here to try and contest this. The Pancake Man hiding up in that bush up there is buying a lot of space for his team, and Daemen don't even know it right now. If Verks steps up a little too far, he's in for a rough time here, but doesn't matter. Mr. Reno, with the help of Bornsteller, will be able to take down that turret. Just finding a ton of objective value across the map right now.
Looks like everyone is pretty evenly matched in farm here. We're going to see the Hullbreaker come out here on the Gnar. I don't know how the interaction with that really works. I think if Gnar is in Mega Mode, then he gets the melee version of it. But if he's not, if he's regular Gnar, then he gets the ranged version.
I mean, that's going to make his teleports even more deadly.
Right.
He just pops in there, pops Mega Gnar. He's got Hullbreaker. He's gonna really, really hurt.
Sadly, he doesn't get the buff if... Ooh, Glorious Killer.
That's bad. Glorious Killer getting caught by that ultimate there. Will take a bit of damage. He is able to get under his turret, forcing his ultimate out there. I feel like we've seen Foxfire get used a lot just for escapes here from Glorious Killer, which makes sense looking at Daemen's team. We're going to see the Nocturne flying in and the Flash coming out. Everfrost will root JTix under the tower, but Glorious Killer staying alive just barely will find that kill before he goes down. Now Mr. Reno coming up.
Both summoners coming out there with the ultimate, making it a 1-for-1. Mr. Reno here clearing out.
I'm going to need a second look at that. I needed to see exactly how he lived here. Pops that he's fleeing. He's just not able to get there in time. Stays alive.
He gets charmed. And I don't think that amplifies the turret damage, but this Q definitely did chunk him there.
I definitely, when I saw JTix go under turret, I was like, he's not going to die power shots. He has so much health. And then just, boom, dead. that was a ton of damage to come out so fast.
Beef crashing here mid. Pancake Man going to be able to pick it up.
Looking at the kind of, grand scale of things here, SNHU have gotten every, all tier 1 turrets. Daemen still have yet to get a turret here. What did Daemen kind of have to do in this situation they're in? What are they looking for to try and get, kind of control back in their hands for this game?
I feel like the disjointed engage they have with the Ornn ultimate is really going to work in favor, as well as the Fizz and Braum is going to work in favor where they don't really need a front line. They just need to get rid of SNHUs, like they tried to do in that dragon fight there. And it doesn't take a lot to do that if SNHU is not, you know, if they're engaged and, you know, they're playing their dive comp. Mr. Reno taking a quick trade here with Yoriichi, then it's gonna be hard to peel the backline there.
JTix coming through, actually not gonna be able to steal that Scuttlecraft here. But I think we're gonna see just a little bit of a standoff here as Glorious Killers in a 1v1. Potentially that burn not gonna take down Daemen. Glorious Killer also just barely alive there. I feel like these two, this skill matchup are very evenly matched here.
Look at him, JTix running. Is he gonna get it? He doesn't have vision anymore. He was just running as fast as he can to get range. Yeah.
Another turret for Daemen is gonna go down. Just, I mean, two of their tier 2 turrets so far, you know, have taken Rift Herald hits. So they're weak. Those minions are just gonna be able to push up and take them on their own. Without SNHU really being able to do much here. As long as they keep these waves pushed, they have a lot of priority on objectives here, but Daemen really needs to force this fight for this objective. That's what we're seeing here. It's Glorious Killer. We're seeing Daemen try and hop in there. The rest of his team coming over to help out with that fight, stopping and not hitting Dragon.
Glorious Killer doesn't have vision. He's going to be able to, he's going to be a little bit separated from his team here. Looking at his tough position. JTix going in.
We'll be able to find the kill on him there under turret. SNHU just looking to try and secure this Dragon as fast as possible. They will be able to kill it now. Just have to try and disengage and get out. Mr. Reno getting knocked up. Got hit with the shark there. Pinky Man starting to go in. Vault time comes through. That's so much damage. 3 kills right away. A triple kill as Mr. Reno also finds the pick on Daemen straggling back there. I could tell that was a good team fight there. I saw King Frito. I saw the coach. He stood up to see our reaction. Yeah, that was an incredible bullet time there.
Yeah, that's the power of Realm Misfortune. It's just so good. 12 CS a minute. Take a big trade with Clorox here.
He does have Rage, just popping it. Looks like, does he still have? I think he got his ultimate interrupted there by the knockup.
He might have actually. I don't know. Okay, that was a scary noise.
I don't know if that was on stream or not. We heard a scary little buzz, but all good now. SNHU going to find that inhibitor turret in mid lane, just finding, again, so much objective pressure here. They're only one dragon away from getting Soul as well, and that Infernal Soul is just going to help them, you know, blow up Daemen even more in these team fights. That Misfortune showing up with bullet time on Infernal Soul is going to be kind of scary.
So Daemen just barely missing Mr. Reno there as he backs in that bush.
We could have a team fight breaking out here. Seeing Glorious Killer start to go in on JTix. Taking a bit of damage himself, but that near sight running out. SNHU just going to disengage from that, barely taking any damage at all. Coming out pretty favorable from that trade. But Verx looking to find, just narrowly misses there. Not going to find the hit on 12 CS. SNHU look to get set up for something here in this top jungle. A death ball in this bush. Yoriichi just a little out of position here. He will pop his ultimate there. Looking for cluster blows on a lot of them. Escaping as well.
Ultimate coming out here from Solovane. Born Stellar wasn't able to go in though. Rel was there to peel.
Yeah, Daemen right now are really, you know, they're playing really hard for this de-engage. The moment SNHU try and find something here, they've got really great tools to actually, you know, pop them off, be able to peel for their team and get out of that situation. What they need to find right now is picks in these fights.
Right, they have really hard disengage here with Braum and Ornn. But it's also, I mean, if you want to call it disjointed engage like I did earlier, it's just, you don't have to be where you want to, I mean, just impact like a huge slow field or a huge knockup just on the other side of the map.
JTix here will be revealed in vision. Not going to start to go in there. Mr. Reno popping that ward there.
They don't know the rest of SNHU is right
there. That was a bait. That was such a hard bait, and they
hard.
Didn't take it there.
I mean, Mr. Reno is a little bit unkillable right now. If you look at this build and how many dragons he has, he just has so much armor and magic resist.
Look at this. SNHU, they know that Daemen are thirsty for these picks right now. They're just destroying wards like, oh, I'm the only person here. I'm just dewarding. Come kill me.
They're playing like Hungry Hippo over here with the wards.
Farming some Midget Score, a big charm coming out there. Not going to find too much else off of it, though. They start to back up a little bit there. Pancake going in on Yorichi. Will be able to find that knock up. Reno going in as well. Make it rain, trying to slow them down. That near sight coming through. Actually going onto the... just not going to dash onto anything yet. Just trying to stop there. Yorichi popping that blast cone. That's his escape plan. He's out. He's safe. As Daemen just continue to try and poke back at SNHU. This is a standoff for sure. This is they're just kind of sitting here throwing spells at each other, trying to hex flash over walls, trying to catch each other off guard. SNHU really want to force a fight here.
Yeah, and it's just an even split in the bot lane here between 12 CS a minute and Clorox. But eventually, SNHU is going to look to just burn the Baron here.
A lot of damage coming out here, but Daemen coming up, trying to take this fight. SNHU immediately going to back off there. We're going to see Yorichi get knocked up. Bornsteller finds that kill. The electric taking out Verx here. Getting chased down by Mr. Reno. Bornsteller finds the second kill. Mr. Reno not able to take down Verx. Will go down in the process, but Daemen pretty hurt out here. Pancake Man also taking a lot of damage, though. Glorious Killer is not going to be able to take down Daemen before he takes down Pancake Man there. We'll be able to find a triple kill there for Daemen.
Disgusting champion,
Just that long range poke, and then the way he was able to really kite Mr. Reno there was crazy.
Oh, it's the AP Kaiser build too, so it's pretty good.
Look at if we can get a replay for that, I want to see the whole team fight happening up there in the top right corner. You see Mr. Reno trying to chase after Verx there, and just not really able to catch up in time.
I mean, he is so fast too with his W there, and he wasn't able to catch up just because of Kaizen Biz. I think she gets the upgrade from Nasher's Tooth Berserker Greaves, so she got the invisibility. And she also has the upgraded W right now, which makes it so that she gets like half cooldown refunded on her W if she lands it on the champion. So just a lot of poke and the Mana Moon for damage. So.
This could be a really decisive team fight if this actually breaks out here. Celsius Minute doing a really great job of just zoning them back here. This is this is fight for Dragon Soul, right? If SNHU are able to get this uncontested, Daemen are in for a rough time here.
Right. And he's just sitting on top of almost Meganar here. Gonna have to hit the dragon there. Keep his rage up.
Dragon's gonna start going over towards this bush, start smacking Yorichi there.
Worked in his favor in the end.
I'm actually amazed that aggroed onto Yorichi.
Yeah.
They looked like they were out of range. Or at least looked like SNHU was much closer. Celsius Minute trying to zone them out while the rest of SNHU start the dragon. They are melting this thing. They will find the kill. That's Dragon Soul for them. Clorox sending the ram in. Will find a knock up there on Bornsteller, but Glorious Killer already taking that J-Tick. Celsius Minute will go down, but his sacrifice is not in vain. We're going to see Yorichi go down right after that.
He's just spacing for people there for the rest of their team to secure
so
the soul.
Much space. Yeah. And now it looks like SNHU are just going to start moving up. They're going to go to convert this into a Baron kill if they can. And it looks like they very much will be able to here, finding 2 picks in that last fight.
Especially their jungler. I mean, it's going to be really hard to kind of smite them.
Clark's coming up. He doesn't have the ram. He doesn't have his engage. Barely doesn't get charmed there. Glorious Killer throwing up to Everfrost. Not going to find anything with it. They just continue to try and zone them out here. Bornsteller getting knocked up. They're going to try and go in here. SNHU will find the kill on Baron. Bornsteller finding 2 kills there. Mr. Reno also finding one of his own. Now just looking to chase down Verx. Mr. Reno is chunking him. Finds that kill there. SNHU now are in perfect position to really try and go for the kill shot here.
I think Orange Dash gets canceled again.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
From Pancake Man there.
I do like that Daemen waited until Baron knocked up Bornsteller to actually go in. I thought that was kind of clever, but unfortunately, Mr. Reno and Bornsteller are such a powerhouse. They just were like, go away. Get out of it. We're trying to do Baron here.
Yeah, it's not in their favor there to stop them from doing Baron with their jungler missing and their support.
Going to be the first inhibitor going down here with Celsius Minute also pushing this bot tower. We'll be able to take it. It's going to be a second inhibitor going down in just a second here. J-Tick's trying to come up to zone them out here. Celsius Minute really wants to get this though. Going to try and hop over this wall. Comes over that big root there from Glorious Killer. A lot of damage coming out. Yorichi just not able to get there in time to stop that from going out.
Glorious Killer just peeling for 12 CS a minute there, saying, don't touch my top laner. Oh, Daemen definitely could have turned something there.
And now SNHU, they've got these waves all pushed up. They're de-warding, Daemen's own jungle. This is rough. Where right now, Daemen's kind of running into a situation where they have to try and break out of their base, and get some wards back up here. But that's kind of prime pick opportunity for SNHU to find landing here. But a nice shark there catches Bornsteller there. You're going to see Sonya's come out, put him in stasis there, but a ton of damage going out. Bornsteller getting shut down. Pancake Man also going down. 2 quick kills there. Glorious Killer, they're starting to go on him next, but Mr. Reno tearing the rest of the part, finds 3. Going for the last one there, finds 4. Tosi's pushing into the base there, a quadra kill.
Quadra kill for Mr. Reno. Like, look, they're just all that's the power of that. That they don't need to play front to back there, but Mr. Reno just didn't care. They were all grouped, and that fireball just shredded them.
Absolutely, they were so focused on taking down the squishies that Mr. Reno just showed up and was like, "Hey, I'm here. I do it.
Yeah.
Constant AOE damage," and did just a great job at shutting down that team fight. Ended up with securing that game for his team and the set as well.
Right.
SNHU are going to be able to claim this one here, finding victory over the Daemen Wildcats after 2 incredible games coming out there from SNHU.
They played so well tonight, and I mean, especially against like this team, right? Like, they both played really well. Daemen went into this with their game plan, and I feel like SNHU just had it down, like the counter game plan.
I will say I'm really happy because game 1 we saw Daemen, they had a really promising start to that game.
Yeah.
But SNHU were kind of able to run away with things. Game 2 was much closer.
Right.
Daemen really shined in game 2 there, and even though they didn't take it there, that was that was a super close match there. It really came down to the last 2 team fights to decide the match, and SNHU, winning those, were able to just convert it into so many objectives, and that Shyvana was just able to secure against so many objectives.
Right.
They had so much map control there that ended up, able to kind of clinch out the match for him.
Right, and I feel like their comp was really, drafted well. Daemen's, and it was working out for them, but I feel like normally you see kind of a Diana with that Kai'Sa. However, Kai'Sa was going AP, so it's just a choice of, it's the same thing. It works out in the end because you got the Stride Breaker on the Nocturne, so.
There was definitely from Daemen some really key players, like you saw Clorox just contributed a ton to team fights, as well as Zerx doing a great job, as ADC as well. But SNHU really playing, I felt, as a really cohesive unit this match. Obviously,
they were.
really did their homework. And just did a great job understanding the match, understanding their matchups, really also just flexing their champ pool as well.
Right.
Those are some super, super targeted bans.
Yeah.
They were really great at just kind of shutting down both teams, and SNHU were still able to kind of salvage up their champ pool, find something that works, and get away with that.
Right. Very well played from both teams.
Yeah, overall, really, really great games. GG's to the Daemen Wildcats there, and GG's to our SNHU player. Great performance tonight, guys. But that's going to be all for us tonight. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more SNHU Esports, check out twitter.com/SNHU Esports, or you can check out our new Instagram or TikToks, which are also both SNHU Esports. We just launched our TikTok, I believe, in the last few days. So that's brand new. Go check it out. Get that thing boosted up a little bit.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely put out a lot more content there. But something you can see on our Twitter account right now is the signups for the Granite State Grind.
Okay.
That is our very first public tournament hosted here in-house at SNHU for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Open to the public. Once again, I think there is a $10 entry fee, but if you love Smash Bros., if you love competing, if you want to be here on stream, we'll be here. We'll be streaming it. If you want to try and make a name for yourself out here in New Hampshire in the Smash scene, definitely check that out. Definitely sign up for that. It's going to be a ton of fun that's happening.
Be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We are going to cover that. It's going to be so much fun. That's going to be at the end of the month, so keep an eye open for that. I'm not sure how much longer signups are open, but definitely don't delay if you're interested in that at all. But once again, that is all for us tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.